Hi everyone. Hey everyone. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, hey, hey. Hey guys. Delightful to see everyone. Hey, hey, hey. Just gonna light an incense. Get the energy good. Hey. Hey, OH. Nice to see you guys. I'm not doing readings on here today. What I am doing is I've got a special guest joining today, and the topic really is about raw vegan living. So eating raw vegan food, eating even just vegan food, being healthy, and the power or importance of health on the spiritual journey. Hey Andy, yes. We've got some OGs in the house, some legends who've been following me for time. Andy, it's really great to see you here. It's nice to catch you because I know everyone's busy. And we've got a special guest who has joined us already. Really looking forward to having this guest on. So, to introduce my guest. Hey everyone, welcome in. So yeah, really pleased to have this awesome person on, because I've been following her mum for ages, and her mum's like raw vegan, like herbalist, really awesome videos, and I was just like loved her mum's videos. And then I saw this like random video come up on my For You page, and it was like this beautiful girl, and she was like she was teaching about raw veganism, and I was just like, right, instant follow, because I thought, one, she's a raw vegan, two, she's really beautiful, so like this is going to really help the cause, because people like find it easy to accept information from beautiful people. It makes you stop and see what they're talking about. And so I was like, it's so nice to get like such a range of people doing raw veganism who can really talk about it and share about the benefits. And so I followed her, and then I didn't even realize for ages that they were related until like just like one video where I think I saw her in the background of her mum's videos, and I was like, what? I was like, these two. And then once I saw it, I was like, oh my god, they look so alike. I can't believe I never even like put two and two together for so long. So without further ado, I'm gonna invite her on, Gracie. And what we're gonna do as well is try and make sure that we're both together picture by picture. So it might just take me a sec to figure out how to do this. Let me see. Let me see how to do this. And guys, feel free to ask any questions to us about raw veganism. Hey! Let me just make sure that we're all yay! Hey! Let me expand you. So wait, I need to figure out how to do this.
No,
It's
we
so
need to be
nice.
even.
One sec. I knew that this was going to happen. See if you can figure it out as well.
We need to take off the third plus, huh?
Yeah.
Not sure.
Anyway, you have been traveling in Europe, and you've literally just got back. So how was your travels?
Oh my gosh, it was so crazy. I'm so glad to be home, honestly. It was
Yeah.
like so fun, but lots of different energies coming from people, all the time, especially with no
Yeah.
prep in hostels. So, yeah.
Hostels. How long was you traveling for?
From June, like early June to um like early August. So the whole month
Wow.
of July and then like second portion of June. Yeah.
Wow.
It was a long time. I caught you at the beginning, kind of, when I still had energy to talk to
Yeah.
you.
So your social battery hadn't just completely worn out.
I was so done by the end. I was like, every new person I met, I was like, I love you, but I can't talk to you. Like, I was over it, you know?
That's so funny. Me and Gracie, by the way, guys, we met up in like Glastonbury and we ended up spending probably like 8 hours walking around, like visiting
Yeah,
all the stuff, talking like non-stop.
it was so fun. And then we saw a labyrinth and we went in the
Oh my
labyrinth.
gosh,
That was
yeah.
so, yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out how to make you. I want to do this properly before we
Yeah, totally.
really get into it. But one thing I did want to ask, and you could probably answer whilst I'm trying to figure this out, is two things. I first wanted to ask you how you got into raw vegan food, and
Oh
the
yeah.
second thing was asking how you got into veganism, because sometimes people do them in stages, vegan first, and then you go raw or whatever. But I don't know if you did it all in one go or what, but I think it's interesting to hear other people's reasons for it, and obviously the importance of it on the spiritual path.
That's for me, I went vegan first just for health reasons only. And it was my mom who told me about it because I moved in with her from my dad's house. You know, I have divorced parents, so I was going back and forth. And I moved in with her when I was about 17. And then immediately once I moved in with her, she started making me all this vegan food. And my mom is a really high vibrational being. So she has a really strong energy. And immediately being around her, I like stopped wanting animal products just from her vibe. And then I was vegan for like 6 months and I felt way happier. Like the main thing is I felt much happier, but I wasn't like raw. And I saw her and she was raw, hardcore. And she was like always running around. She was so beautiful, like all this energy. So after about 6 months of being vegan, and then I slowly transitioned. Like one major thing I did actually to help me on my raw journey is every morning for breakfast, I drank a ton of celery juice to heal my adrenals because I used to drink coffee, like tons and tons of coffee. And it was like, and I don't think coffee is even bad, but I think it was like I was having a really acidic environment inside. So I started to drink celery juice for breakfast every morning and then have like a smoothie for lunch instead of a bagel and cream cheese and then a sandwich. And just that little switch while being vegan prepped me for raw, I think. And it
Yeah,
prevented me from having like a detox crisis.
yeah.
Um, I've seen people have those, and I never went through anything like that at all. And I think it's because I really did it like over the course of like 8 months, like
Yeah.
slow, you know? And I was fasting too during this time. Like I would do like a 24-hour or a 3-day fast really often. And then I went fully raw, yeah, like 6, 8 months after I started. And I have
Wow.
not stopped.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's just like that's the one thing. It's just like I have had times where I've gone back onto say cooked food. I've never gone back from veganism. That's the one thing that's
Yeah.
like I'd
Me
draw
too.
the line.
Yeah.
But I have in times gone back to cooked food, and the more that you stay raw, then you start getting to this point where you eat cooked food and it feels like pure shit, and you're just like, I actually.
Yeah. Like one time I tried, you know, the medical medium book, Cleanse to Heal?
Okay, yeah, I've not read the book, but I've
I love
heard
that.
about medical medium.
He's awesome. Like he's great, but he does suggest some cooked foods, I think for people just starting their detox. And I was like raw and I was really like, I don't know, I was hungry. And then I was like, well, why don't I just try like some potatoes from Medical Medium's book? Because I was craving potatoes. So I made like this oil-free like potato recipe with like super healthy ketchup made from dates and stuff. And I ate it and it tasted like good. But for the next day, I didn't feel the same. Like I didn't even feel like the same person. And that was when I knew for sure, like, okay, this is it. I don't want to go back. And that was
Yeah,
like, you know,
yeah.
so I agree.
When I went, when I first went raw, Ali's asking in the comments, by the way, what do we mean by raw? So what we mean is basically not cooking your food, and it's raw veganism, so it's basically just eating raw plants and fruit and vegetables, nuts and seeds, soaking them, sprouting beans and things like that. And the reason why, do you want to actually explain why raw is beneficial in terms of the spiritual path? And I'm still trying to figure out how to sort
So real
this
quick,
grid.
the screen. I think raw is beneficial to the spiritual path because first of all, you're not putting any animal products into your body, and animal products are really low vibrational. Like they're the energy of death and like suffering. Because whenever we eat an animal, we're eating a being that's been suffering and that's been killed. And so when we eat the meat, we also eat the adrenaline. So like a first part of that is just being vegan. That's like one part. But the second part is the raw. And that's because raw foods have so much energy and they're so vibrant. And like they don't, what's a good way to say this? They don't impede our digestion the same way that a cooked food would. When we eat cooked foods, it takes a lot of energy for our body to digest it, so our energy can't go towards our higher faculties. Like our energy cannot go towards spiritual progression if the only thing our body is doing all the time is digesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's
Yeah, 1,000%. What I also have found, it's like say on like a magic level or just even for psychic protection, the more that you eat the life force energy that is within the food, which is literally the sun's light, the earth's light, this light that doesn't get killed when you cook it. It basically stimulates and fills your chakras with light. It fills your aura with light. If you had any rips or tears in your aura, or if your chakras were just under charged, then you can eat these different foods. It charges you and fills you with the light. And then yes, I've done it. And yeah, and then obviously the more light we have an internal tree of life, which is our nervous system basically. But on a spiritual level, we can ascend up our tree of life, and it basically takes us to higher planes of consciousness. So something that I have found, and I know we've talked in the past about like whether we take drugs, and we've talked about taking plant medicine type substances in the past. And I have found, and I don't know if you find this too, but especially when I went vegan and then again when I went raw, it's like the substances take you to higher planes where you experience like higher deities, or you have better experiences. You don't get stuck on these horrible kind of demonic scary places anymore. You might be able to go there depending on what substance you take, and maybe how clear your field is, or maybe the people you're around and stuff like that. But it's almost like when you eat cleaner and you clean your vessel, clean your energy, you're able to access more beauty, even just sober, really.
Yes. I think it's more too, like the farther I've gone in this path, I realized it's more about fasting than food even.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's more about how light like we can keep our body and how little food we can keep in our stomach at one time.
Mm-hmm.
Because like everything starts in the colon. And the cleaner our colon is, like the cleaner our reality around us will be, you know? And that's why like as I've gotten home, I've just been having like juices, like pretty much. I know my videos I show all this food, but I think I'm feeding the food mostly to just having juices, and it's really like making me realize like when we were together, I think I was eating fruits like all day, and I was like eating fruits all day, and it was because traveling, like I just think the more different environments you're in, like different sorts of people you're around, they can like drain your energy. And when I'm not home, I feel like so not grounded. So eating a lot helps me stay grounded. And that's why fruits are so amazing, because it's like you can eat, you can feel grounded, you can feel like, okay, everything's. But then now that I'm home, I just like, I don't know how to describe it. There's less of a need for food and more of a need for spiritual, like reading, meditation, silence. I think that's what this journey is all about. It's not necessarily about the materialism of food, but about going deep within ourselves, because the whole point of this journey is to reach ascension and enlightenment. Like it's not necessarily about eating a bunch of fruit or eating a bunch of food all the time, like eating gourmet raw. I mean, it's fun, but that's, as you go into it more, you realize that's not what we're really doing here. Like this is much deeper.
Yeah, because I've even found like the less that I've eaten, say, junk food and stuff that's addictive, the less I've had even these like cravings and desires for food in general. And it's easier to then like how it's easier to have so much more self-control when you're not controlled by like addictive demons, or like even just like your own addictions and cravings for these substances that don't serve you like spiritually.
Yeah, I agree. Like a lot of, like, even if, I don't know, I was just driving past Chili's the other day and I was with my mom and I was like, man, Chili's was so good. Like, why was it so good? She was like, It's because they put tons of food additives.
Yeah.
And like all these restaurants, they put chemicals into the food to make it taste really good. And if that's what people are eating, like how are you going to have a palate for raw food?
Yeah.
Like there's no way. So that's why I also feel like this is a piece of advice I give to people who are trying to go raw is to start with a detox because then you can actually taste fruit or
Yeah.
taste vegetables after a detox. But if you just go right from chilies to a salad with tahini,
Yeah.
the salad with tahini is gonna taste like so bad, you know?
Yeah. I think your taste buds change over like 21 rays or something. So when I first went raw, I did, my spiritual teacher told me about doing a colon cleanse and he did give me the instructions to do it. And it's important to do it because obviously you can get food, junk food stuck in your colon and then it blocks the absorption of your nutrients.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And like you said, the don't they aren't isn't like serotonin produced in the gut as well? So like when you say food is mood, or it might even be like dopamine or something. I don't know. You'd probably know more than that.
I think it's serotonin because it's like the fiber is turned into serotonin like in your gut and then it goes up to your brain. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So when I first did it, it was like I did do a colon cleanse, but I remember even just my first meal, because I went from junk food, vegan, straight to raw. I had like I just chopped up a load of vegetables, put some of this raw soy sauce that I found in the fridge with it. This was it. I just like ate the whole thing and then I threw up after.
Oh
And it was,
no.
yeah, I think it was like it was almost like I chose really heavy vegetables, like root vegetables,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
this soy sauce and like because my vessel was so used to the fuel of junk food, it knew
Mhm.
how to deal with that and process the toxins. That was so, it was so used to that. So
It's
then
like
when I'm trying to eat this, yeah, healthy stuff, it was just like my body was just like, I don't know how to deal with that. I'll just throw it up.
it makes so much sense, especially with vegetables like that. Like that
Yeah.
can be, I mean, your body, like, I think that my gut, like, made new bacteria to digest all this fruit and stuff because before, like, I used to eat just pretty much like almost like carnivore. I ate pretty much all animal products before I started this journey. Like, I would eat like yogurt for breakfast, like chicken sandwich for lunch, and then either fish or chicken for dinner.
Mhm.
And like, I could not I definitely could not stomach going raw vegan at first. Like there was
Yeah.
no way I could have jumped from that to that. Like not even junk food vegan. Like it took so long. Like I was telling you I did it like in increments. So I feel like if I did that I would have had a reaction too. And
Yeah.
it's also that vegetables are a bit harder than fruits, I think,
Mhm.
on the stomach. And
Yeah.
I know you were saying you like to eat like your OMAD of a salad. And I think that's like that's my plan after I'm done doing my juices. I want to get on that because I think it's like doing an OMAD is so wonderful because you can like get a great fast, get all the spiritual benefits of a fast, and then have one meal you really, really enjoy. Like one
Yeah.
amazing, like fun thing, especially if you put salt. It's like so good. And then afterward, you can just feel like maybe exercise or get all the I don't know. You can get energy from both breath and from food that way. Rather than eating all day, I feel like it's even more harmful, even if it's fruit.
Yeah.
Kind of what I'm
Someone
getting.
was someone was asking the question if we're here to enjoy the physical, why isn't food a part of that? And I would say I'll let you answer after this if you want, but I would say like I personally feel like the earth was meant for enjoyment until human descended in consciousness. And it's more now a place where people, you can learn lessons and growth, but the idea is to ascend upwards from the density of what we are on the earth plane and the way that we eat on the earth plane. And in the past, let's say in the Garden of Eden, we were just consuming like light, prana, breath, and maybe fruit if we were eating fruitarian, but we was always eating such more of a lighter food plan, and that was the bliss, that was the enjoyment. When you actually start eating this way, that's when you actually truly experience these new highs of true enjoying like the physical earth plane.
I completely.
When you eat crap, junk food, animal products, you might not realize it at the time because it numbs you. It makes you feel numb, so you don't really feel necessarily the negative effects until it all wears off, and afterwards you start manifesting illness and disease. But really, when you start to eat raw and you clean your vessel out, that's when you really understand just how beautiful life can feel. And before I went raw, I didn't know how good you could feel every single way.
Me neither. Maybe since like I think I maybe felt that way when I was like 4 or 5,
Hmm.
and then it wore off, like as you start to eat more of the food. Like, sure, food is for pleasure, but most of the food that we're eating is really addictive, and it's designed to be addictive by people who want to make money off of us.
In
So I
all
don't think
ways.
it's pleasurable at
Yeah.
all for me. And I agree, like pure bliss is like internal cleanliness, and pure bliss is like fasting, fruits, sunlight, like exactly how you described the Garden of Eden, like living more off prana
Yeah.
and being in a type of environment where you can. And it's hard for a lot of people because the environments that we're living in, like big cities, are not they're not conducive to like internal cleanliness, like you go next door and you smell the Chinese restaurant and then you inhale some secondhand smoke and then you get some exhaust fumes and there's all this trash around. And it's just like, I don't know, it's very hard. I can see how it would be really, really hard for people. I'm really lucky to be out here in the mountains,
Yeah.
like where there's clean air. I
Hmm.
think that a main part of health is clean air too, like a
Yeah.
really main part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's toxins everywhere, but one of the biggest things that a lot of people start to learn when you wake up spiritually, and it's not just the food industry, it's pretty much every industry, but they're all in cahoots with each other to keep
Yeah.
us sick, to keep us basically weak, tired, low, depressed, and to stop us from waking up and ascending to our highest. Because when we get our light back, when we consume the light, when we consume in literally the light of the sun, think about the power of doing sun gazing, but then you can actually eat the light of the sun as well through food. So you get, it's like amplifying the light you can get. it
Mhm.
it gets rid of the bad spells, the negative energy. It helps you have inner sight or insights where you can start going, hang on a minute, this doesn't feel right. Like you get to plug back into your true nature and your higher self, which can then guide you and navigate you through these realms. And then you take your power back. And then this is what they're really trying to avoid, is from us ascending out the earth plane or bringing Eden back to earth, because those who are controlling these industries on a spiritual level, they're vampires basically. They vampire off our energy, and so they'll do everything to keep us unaware and asleep, which is what we've been experiencing. So,
Yeah, they are keeping asleep is a really good word because like the word for like spiritual it is awakening and that implies that we've been asleep. And that's like it's really not for no reason at all. Like it's really clear once you start to think about it, like what you were saying,
mhm,
um why
yeah.
like how this is happening. And then it's like have you like if you've seen the movie Wall-E, like
Not
the
in
like
so long.
the big fat people in Wall-E, I always think about that. Like that's what they're trying to do is make us just like sit in a like uh like VR headset eating McDonald's.
Yeah,
Like it's also like in the Matrix how they have them like hooked up and they're literally sucking like the life out of them as they live in this false reality.
yeah.
And once you wake up to it, you realize like everything is an illusion.
Hmm.
Like we're all part of one universal consciousness and
Yeah.
like the better foods you can feed yourself, the kinder you can be to others, like your reality will improve
Hmm.
because it's all like, I don't know, I think that's why fasting feels so peaceful too, because everything starts in the colon.
Yeah.
Like everything starts in the gut. Your reality is a reflection of your gut on a in a deeper level than I think most people can understand. And that's why it's like the food is one of the biggest things that they can hit us with,
Hmm.
eating us like food that's poisonous to our bodies over time. And then
Yeah.
the medical industry profits off that too, which
Mhm.
I'm sure everyone here knows about
Yeah.
that one.
And I'm glad you said about fasting, because it obviously cleans you out. It allows your vessel just for the rest so you can use your energy elsewhere. But then also, when you fast for like 3.5 days, you get into ketosis. And ketosis gives you a chemical reset so it can correct your addictions to this junk food and to anything you were addicted to. It can help balance like mental imbalances, hormonal imbalances. There's so many powerful benefits to ketones. They can even like heal cancers and things like that if you stay in ketosis long enough. And guys, you can actually be in ketosis and be raw vegan as well, because some people think of keto to be like high, like animal products, which is what it's known for. But you can actually be raw vegan keto. And when I did that, I didn't do it for long, but that was the most nutrients I've ever had is when I had to do keto raw. Because I was just eating like dark leafy greens all the time. So,
I think
um,
I tried doing raw vegan keto one day and I was like, oh, I need fruit. Like I was like, I can't.
yeah,
I think there's two ways to go with the with the raw. Like there's the what's it called? Those people in Florida, um the Hippocrates group, they like are not for fruit. They advocate for more nuts and seeds and leafy
okay,
greens.
yeah,
Yeah, and then there's like the Douglas Graham, like fruit 80-10-10.
yes,
I
yeah,
think all of it is wonderful. And I think all of that is like just different ways to detox the bodies.
yeah.
But I'm sort of realizing the ultimate truth is fasting. Like
Mhm.
that's the highest form of detox. Like, but then when it is time to eat, it's nice to eat the light, like you're saying,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
eat foods that uplift you rather than draining you. Because
yeah,
when you eat meat or like other animal products or even like too many nuts and seeds, it takes so much more energy for your body to digest it than it's actually giving you.
hmm,
So it's like over time, this just corrodes you, And I was eating high fat raw for like 3 months in the wintertime. Like I would eat, oh my gosh, like so many coconuts, so much avocados, and I thought like, great, this is so because I'd been fruit fasting for like a long time before, and I was like, great, this is awesome. Like I'm gonna build my body up or whatever. And what happened was I was eating so many nuts and seeds that it was like starting to corrode me because it was too much protein and too much fats. And I've come to this realization that 80-10, like we are supposed to be eating light foods. Like dense foods, even on a raw vegan diet, are not they're not like going to advance you spiritually.
yeah,
Spirituality is like being the light.
yes. And even like learning ways to charge yourself with light without needing food, because I do think even like I think breatharian is something we'll be all moving towards, possibly like in the long future, but like just breatharian, maybe like picking a few bits of fruit off the trees here and there, but just not really needing to eat. And I've personally found like when you get over the food as a comfort, food as an addiction, and then you don't like turn to it to suppress, say, emotions or the waves you're going through, you then almost like can't really be bothered eating because it just seems a chore
Yeah, it's so
rather
true.
than like the drug that you would get from it.
It's a drug. It's the biggest like emotional stimulant, and it is like it's like a drug addict would keep doing something that harms them. And
Yeah.
then think about how many people have severe digestive issues.
Mhm.
Like, does that mean that we're supposed, like, maybe that means that it's not good for us, and we were never meant to do that. That's some controversial information, though. But I think, yeah, like, that would be true bliss is to not be, like, constantly needing something,
Yeah.
like, to not be beholden to something all the time.
Ali's asking how long do you fast for? I would say that Gracie, you fast way more than me if you wanted to share a bit
No,
about your
I don't think
fasting.
so. If you do an OMAD, then you fast more than me. Every day I fast like 14 or 16 hours, but then like I did one time an 8-day water fast, and that was super intense. Like
Mm.
honestly, that was so wild. But who I was before and after the water fast is a completely different, like two completely different people.
Yeah.
Like spiritually, energetically, it was like yeah, so if you want to completely reset your entire life, do an 8-day water fast. But if you don't want to do that, then like 3-day juice fasts, I would always do that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Could you talk us through like say the 8 days? Because
Oh yeah.
what I've found is obviously food can be one of those things that you use to suppress like emotions, like things that arise. And then when you stop having the food, it all comes up. So, like, what are the stages you go through, like in an 8 day water fast, and how long does it take for you to start feeling really good, or do you not get to that point, or?
I didn't get to that point in the fast. I didn't feel really good. I was just like detoxing. Like I would have pimples come out. Like I've had this pimple. I'm on a juice fast right now, so that's why it's coming out. But I've had this pimple since I was like 14, since I got the
Oh,
jab.
right.
That's when I started getting all my problems, like all my health issues was that. And it's like been recurring. And then every time I'm fasting, like something comes out of it.
Yeah.
And on my 8 day water fast, like my face was getting really inflamed. And then I started to lose weight in my face and I broke my toe because I was walking. So I was like, I couldn't even do yoga or anything. I was just like bedridden. So there would be times on the fast when I felt really high. Like I was reading the Four Agreements, and that's like one of my favorite books. And I was just like, I would sit in the sun and read it and feel so good. And I would have like these emotional breakthroughs, like almost when you're on psychedelics, like how you get these like crazy realizations. I would get realizations like that, but there were other times when I just felt so, it's not even like a real hunger, it's an emotional comfort hunger.
Yeah.
Like I just want something to take away my feelings right now, but there was nothing, so you have to sit with it. And that's why I think it was so transformational,
Yeah.
because I had to sit with everything for 8 days straight. And then when I broke it, I had my favorite food. I used to do an OMAD of this every day, and it's a chocolate smoothie bowl with
That's good.
peanut butter and bananas on top. And it was so, I remember, it was like, oh my God. Because I was going to do 10 days, but then I stopped at 8 because I was like, oh, whatever. I was like, I'm done. Like, I had enough spiritual advancement for now. That's what I thought to myself.
It's so funny because, like, since when I first went raw, I bought like a dehydrator. I was like, I'm making the chicken nuggets, I'm making the pizzas and all that, like sausages, bread, all that kind of stuff. And like, it took me hours and hours making all this food, like really like time consuming, and would eat it really quickly. And I got to this point, like probably a year or two in, where I was like, I'm just gonna throw everything in a big salad bowl, like blend up a quick sauce, and
Yeah.
I'm done with it.
It's way
Um,
better that way. It's simpler. Like, I
yeah,
think that even raw gourmet is materialism, like, to a massive extent. Like,
yeah,
and it's like an intense materialism too. And I love it, of course. Like, it's super fun. It's also art. I think it's like, for me, food is becoming more like art than something to obsess over, Like, but it's way better to be simple and to just eat a big salad or eat a big smoothie bowl. Like, my favorite food is a banana shake
yeah,
because I can just drink it and it's so good, and then I'm full for like a few hours and I'm fueled up. Like I think that's the ideal way to live, is food as fuel, not food as something to like, oh, what am I gonna have for dinner tonight? What
hmm,
am I gonna have for breakfast tomorrow? And a lot of people, like their main enjoyment and excitement is food.
yeah.
Like because the reality is so depressing,
Unfortunately, yeah.
like
It's so funny because your raw food actually does look proper beautiful, and a lot of the stuff is just because it's just cut up fruit, and of course that's so
yeah,
beautiful. When
it's
I
so
like
sad.
make a raw salad and blend up a sauce, it's like some kind of like brown. It's like, it honestly looks so bad sometimes, and I'm like, it's a good job this tastes really good because it looks like really bad. And
It's
I
always
thought like that's one of the things I had to get over was being able to eat stuff that just looked a bit disgusting because like I was so fussy with food. I
yeah.
needed it to I needed it to look good, otherwise I didn't even want to taste it. And I had to like get rid of that silly spell to just eat it. And then I was like, wow, it tastes really good, it feels really good. It's like it just a conditioning we have, isn't it?
It is. It's totally a condition. Like the fact that our food has to be like super it's like a form of entertainment. It's like another leg of like, oh, your like clothes have to be super cool and like everything has to be, do you know what I mean? Like another leg of this capitalist sort of narrative that everything has to be super stimulating all the time.
Mhm.
And like food does not have to be stimulating. Like
Yeah.
it's fuel, and it's not even our original fuel,
Mhm.
So it's just, yeah, I agree. But your salad sounds good. The best salads are the ones that look bad.
That is so
The
funny.
brown dressing.
Yeah, I just want to say hi to everyone that's joining as well. I've seen your comments and stuff. Ali was asking, how long would you advise to water fast for your first time?
This time, I would say like 15 hours or 14. Like I would just start like before I ever did a long water fast, I built up to it. So I would do like I practiced intermittent fasting for a week and made sure I got that down. Like I didn't feel hungry during my intermittent fast. And then I jumped to like 18 hours. And then I jumped to like 20 hours. And then once I mastered my 24-hour fast, because I would do a 24-hour water fast all the time. And I also found it way easier to fast when I was eating cooked food.
Really?
Yeah, because I felt like I needed a break from the heaviness. Like now that I'm on all raw and mostly fruits, it's like I don't feel the need as much. Like I'd rather have a juice in the morning,
Yeah.
like it's a bit easier. Or I like to just drink my food and be done with it. For me, it's easier. And I don't know. I don't know if that's good or bad, but when I was eating cooked food, I was way more into water fasting, basically. And so, yeah, start with like 24. When you mastered 24, move to like 3 days, see how that feels. And then if 3 days is enough for you, then that's enough for you.
Yeah.
And then if you feel called to do longer, then do longer, is what I would say. Because it's like really intuitive. And also, I would say it's really, really important to set goals that you know you can actually achieve
Yeah.
to build credibility with yourself. If you set a goal, like I'm going to do a 10-day water fast after never fasting before, and then of course you don't do it because it's really hard, then you're going to feel like such a failure or whatever. And it's like, no, it's because you need to like, it's fasting is mental. Everything is mental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is all the same stuff with like even going raw, and there's always like hints and tips when people go raw that are worth knowing, because if you just tried to do it and you hadn't planned, like you didn't know what you meant to be eating, you hadn't done your colon cleanse, like you hadn't prepped for it, it's
Yeah.
you can just like really quickly fail and then just think, oh, it's not for me, or you've not, you just didn't know how to do it properly.
Yeah.
Um, one of the things that I do enjoy about fasting though is like I'll fast and then I'm just there like planning all of these really
Oh my
nice
gosh.
stuff I'm gonna make after. Like I'm getting the dehydrated
Yeah.
sheets out
Oh,
again.
my cookbook got written is
Yeah,
actually exactly what you described right there. Because
yeah,
it's like you get the best ideas when you're fasting. You get the best like downloads. And that's why I think fasting is so necessary too, because how can you ever really enjoy your food if you're constantly plugged up with food all the time? Like
yeah,
food is a pleasure. It's like, but we're not meant to be having it all the time at all. Like especially not 3 times a day, like 3 heavy meals a day, like that.
yeah,
So, like the standard American diet, the food pyramid, like the food guidelines, it's like a joke. It's literally like how to get sick, you know?
yeah,
And I think that it's all intuitive, like all the fasting, all the raw food. It's all like you have to really make it work for yourself in a way that's sustainable. Like some people don't eat the way, like you and I eat totally differently, for example.
mhm,
And like we both had to find what works for us.
yeah,
And yeah, so I think that like just don't limit yourself when it comes to raw foods at
mhm,
all. And
yeah,
don't like I was trying so hard to do 80-10-10 for so long. I was like dead set on it. And it's like I learned, okay, maybe what works for me is to just eat all fruits one day and then the next day eat some fruits and have a salad and then the next day eat all fruits and then the next day have some raw gourmet pancakes. Like
yeah,
kind of I like to flip-flop it. I think that works better for me, you know.
yeah. And it's nice to, rather than like if you have a bad day, just like giving up, instead just try something different but still aligned with what you're trying to do.
Exactly.
Um, well, I actually have a really good app. I know I told you about it, but just for anyone that's listening, it's called Chronometer, and it's like a free app you can download and put everything that you've eaten in that day, and then it'll tell you what nutrients you still need. I actually
Oh,
found it really interesting because I, even being raw, I realized I was like barely eating what I needed, because you have to eat like 3 times as much as what you would normally eat. So I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Even though I'm getting the life force, even though I'm getting the nutrients, this app was like a game changer. It's called Chronometer, so Chronometer.
that's good.
And then I was able to actually properly look after myself and make sure I was getting everything I needed, or at least most of it, and see if I was lacking in certain vitamins that you might not be able to get as easily from raw, maybe like some B12 and stuff. So I was able to just like look at what I needed and supplement it, even like moringa powder for some extra like vitamin C and extra magnesium and stuff. Just like it's good to be aware of what you need. And then also I'm not ashamed or scared of adding like additional supplements into my meals if I need to, like say some hemp protein powder or whatever it is that you might need. I think it's important sometimes.
I agree. I think it's really important to fuel ourselves properly with like nutrients, especially. And nutrients doesn't have to mean like eating meat or anything like that. Like I find spirulina to be really amazing too. Like I like raw spirulina paste, like for if I make a sushi roll because it's so rich. I think it's like vitamin K, which is something that's in eggs. Like spirulina tastes like egg yolks. Like the
Really?
yeah, it's really crazy. So like that I'll put on a sushi. And like I agree, there's so many like little things that are mineral rich that you can eat. Like I have some phytoplankton too. I have to send you the link for that one because
Yeah.
it's really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. Like sea vegetables are really great for that for me too, especially with iron. Like the leafy greens and like that's where the iron is and that's where the protein is too, like the amino acids. Like I just saw a video of Dr. Morse saying like fruits are the best for detox because vegetables have too many amino acids for a cleanse. And it's like that makes perfect sense then. What is a building food? You
Yeah.
know, vegetables are really great for if you're trying to build a lot of muscle while staying while not clogging yourself up with high fats, you know?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's what I was confused about that for a while, like how to build muscle while feeling light. And for me, the key is definitely like sprouts and spirulina and greens and all those wonderful like supplements, sea vegetables, all those things, you know?
I
Yeah.
love a good sprout and sprouted chickpeas and stuff.
Oh my God. I literally sprouted like they sell this raw vegan hummus where I live. Oh my God, it's so good. It's like sprouted garbanzos and flax seeds, and then I just eat it. Like I have lots of sprouts at home, and I just take a handful of sprouts and eat it like a fufu.
Yeah.
Like with the hummus. It's so good. That's like a protein or all sorts of like minerals, and after I eat it, I'm like, whoa, need to
Yeah.
work out because it's so good.
Yeah, the
That's
only
the,
thing is like sometimes I feel a bit mean because they're like baby plants, aren't they? Like you're just giving them life.
libertarians would be like, don't eat the sprouts, but
We've all got to like be somewhere along the ladder as we forget
it's
better and better.
so many levels to this, like
Yeah,
so many. And I just feel like I could eat pure fruit, but I love sprouts.
yeah,
Like I love them. And also I think it's like living in a tropical environment like Asia or like South America, it would be easier to be fully fruitarian because they have a lot of fruits that are super mineral rich there. Whereas if you're not growing your own food, like the fruits are just like way watered down, you know, in terms of like minerals, nutrients, all that.
yeah. When you was on your travels, was there a particular country that you were like, the fruit here is
Oh,
the best
Morocco.
fruit? Where?
Moroccan food.
Really?
Morocco. Oh, the watermelons there were so good. Like it was, I still think about it. Like Morocco was crazy though, because it was just like I had a like some bad experiences there too, but
Right.
I had really good experience with the food.
Yeah.
And they had like this like sugarcane and ginger juice stand right by my hostel, and I would go and get it, and it was so good. Like it was just there, and the dates too. The dates were like just like the flavor. They had the flavor of a date, you know, like you know the first time you have like a baby banana, and you're like, oh, this is the flavor of a real banana. Like that was how I felt about the dates there. They were
I've never had a baby banana, but I remember my first time I had a date, and that was life changing.
you guys have good ones in the UK too, because you're close. I think Europe has better produce than the US as for stores, for sure. But US has great, like I shop locally here,
Yeah.
and my lady that I go to, she's so amazing. She has like all of her fruits are like tiny, you know, and they're all organic and they're just the flavor is so strong. But if I didn't know where to go to her, I would be eating like huge watered down oranges that taste like nothing. And in Europe, the fruit in the supermarket is way better than in the US, like by far. And I think they have a few pesticides that are banned
Yeah,
in Europe here. I think it's worse here as
yeah.
for the quality. Um,
Because
but
they also say that like an orange like 20 years ago had like 5 times the amount of nutrients compared
it
to
was like
now.
that's why you have to eat 5 oranges now.
Really?
That's what I
That's
do.
why I have to eat 3 times as much. I'm now like constant shoveling it in like
I know. That's why I love smoothies too. And
yeah,
that's like smoothies are so great because it's less like work. Like a smoothie bowl is so much less work to me. Because to get the same amount of calories as one big smoothie bowl, you'd have to sit there and eat like 20 bananas, like
yeah.
or something. And it's like that's what I was doing when we were hanging out. Because I
It's
could like you're
non-stop. There's like bags and bags of oranges. That Mary Poppins bag with more oranges like just coming out your bag.
but I yeah.
Yeah.
I know that's the thing is like there's just levels to all of this. Like Fruitarian is one level, OMAD is one level, Breatharian, is the highest level.
Yeah. It's
Liquidarian.
interesting. I was just gonna say, Amy's saying in the comments that she got coriander micro sprouts
Ooh,
tried for the first time. Sounds so good.
I
Um,
love that. Oh,
yeah. What I was gonna say as well is we were talking about the fats. They
mhm.
taste so good, but
Oh,
they
good.
actually, I found that they really make my period pain so much worse when I'm not, yeah,
Oh,
it's like, yeah, I'll have really bad period pain if I'm having too many nuts.
yeah. I think the only time I have a period is when I'm eating nuts. Otherwise, I don't really get
Really?
one. No, but I've always like I've always had like a 3-day period.
Yeah.
And then when I'm eating fruits, it's just like maybe one day. But when I
Yeah.
have fats, it's like 4 days.
Yeah.
So,
Because I think I'm pretty sure we aren't actually meant to bleed out, and because they've got so many like stem cells and like nutrients in, that we're meant to recycle them within. But if they're toxic, if we've eaten toxins, then it'll get rid of them. So that's why we actually bleed out. So the healthier you eat, the less you'll actually end up bleeding. But with fats do it for me because I think fats they absorb quite a lot of toxins when they're
yes.
grown.
And that's why I read in a book too that when you're eating fats, it can help to protect you from negative energy if you're in like a poor environment.
Wow.
And when I was working my job at the restaurant, I was eating tons of fat. Like this is when I was eating high fat. It was when I was working at the restaurant, when I was in the city, like all of it was sort of a step away from mountain fruit life. Do you know what I mean? And during that time, I like felt so much worse. Like I was still raw, so I still felt great, but it was like almost like junk food raw. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it was very like lots of dense food, hard on the liver, no intermittent fasting, no fasting at all actually.
Mhm.
And that's why I think even raw fats can be really hard on your liver and it can like cause buildup in the body.
Yeah.
Raw, of course, is the way, but there's still levels. Like there's still
And it's funny because like the cleaner you go, the less your body will like accept the bad lifestyle. It's like you try and eat some cooked food and that your skin's gone really dry or like
yeah.
you just like can't get away with it anymore. And I'm like, I literally fed you chocolate bars for like
Yeah.
20 years. That's all you ate for 20 years, chocolate bars and sausage rolls, and now you're kicking up a fuss.
Exactly. I know. I my favorite food was In-N-Out before I went for healthy. Yeah, I know it's like even salt. I just started eating salt again like when I was on my trip because I was like, okay, I gotta make this salad taste good somehow because I had no blender and all I had was tahini and I was like I would literally mash up peas and tahini like in a plastic bag and make like a dressing and then put my greens in there and shake them and then eat that for dinner because I need to be well, I would just like I love being raw. Like there's no reason I'd want to break it, you know? Like there's no I know how cooked food makes me feel. And I even got a lot of comments on my videos like, you're in Italy and you're not even eating pasta. Like that's so
Really?
crazy. And I was like, I'm actually eating my zoodles with my raw Alfredo sauce, so I'm eating pasta. But it's like I don't know, it's not food is not as exciting to me as like the people I meet
Yeah.
or the wonderful places I go. Like everything is so food centered and it doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah. When you can't centre food, because like when you eat raw, I didn't really go and eat out anywhere because the best you can do is maybe a salad. But again, sometimes they even have cooked chickpeas on the salads and stuff. Like I've always struggled, and so I just don't eat out. And
Yeah.
then you have to find other ways you can relate to people. You have to find other ways you can sit with like a friend and like talk to them and do different things, like go for a walk or walk
Yeah.
and we tour the whole day.
I know that exactly. Like going and but that's way more memorable. Like what do you even like every time I've gone out to eat with a friend, I never remember after because I always feel so tired after. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like I can never like remember what did we do after we went out to eat? Oh, I guess we just went home because we were tired.
yeah,
Like it's really not as fun and exciting as it's supposed to be,
yeah.
you know?
It reminds me of when I used to be addicted to smoking weed because, like, me and my friend, we would just always be smoking weed, and so our whole life would revolve around like when we're gonna get back, we're gonna have a spliff. When we wake up, have a spliff. It's always around like we'd sit and have smoke weed together. So when I stopped smoking weed, it was like suddenly this whole thing that I was like my whole life was evolving around was just fully gone. And then it's like, well, now what do we do? And it's like it was the same with food almost. It's just so, like you say, so centered for people that is or if you went on holiday, the main thing you think about 3 times a day is where we're going to eat for lunch, where we're going to eat for breakfast,
Yeah,
where we're going to eat for dinner.
exactly.
Like,
Exactly. That's
it's
why I was so glad to not be like on my trip like that, you know?
yeah,
Like where we it was more like let me get to a grocery store so I can get some bananas.
yeah,
Simple, you know? It's way better that way. And food is so extremely social. Like when I was going raw, I was in high school. So I was a
mm,
senior in high school. And like the lashback or what's it called? Backlash that I got from my friends was like so intense. Like
yeah.
it was like it would be like I got brought up or raw food got brought up and everyone would go like this. Like it was like some like crazy thing and it's just like it's because I stopped being the same person and especially the first thing I did stop smoking weed when I was vegan too. Or I guess no, I was still smoking weed when I was vegan because my friend and I, one of my best friends, we'd always smoke in the car and then we'd go into the vegan restaurant and eat a ton of like really good organic vegan food and that was so fun. But that's also just a different level of consciousness than raw. Like once I went raw, I didn't want to do that anymore at all. Like I didn't feel that way. I didn't even really want to be around people. Like I kind of just wanted to like fast and cleanse like with my family, you
Mm.
know, alone. And
It's like a past life or an old life where you just like, sometimes I think, because I used to love Chinese takeaway, that was my favorite of all things. And if you'd have told me when I had my very last one that that would be the last one and that was it, I would have probably held on to it for dear life. And
yeah.
yeah, it's just like I look back and I think, wow, I loved them so much. I can't believe I ever managed to let them go. But even though I loved them so much, they never felt as good as Raw. And so even though that was fun at the time, it's like a past life where you look back and you're like, I loved it at the time, but now if I had one now, I'd feel like shit. Like it would not be the same. You just have to let it go and move on.
Like so many things in life. And like once again, it's materialism. Like it's just like that Chinese food is like maybe like a dull out or like it's like a fun distraction, you know, from the rest of life. And when you're raw, there's no distraction from life. Like everything is just kind of up in your face and you're like, "Oh, like," and that's why it's so like easy to become more spiritual on this path because you stop being able to like dull yourself down in so many ways. And the social aspect, like you stop being able to be around like a bunch of people all the time because you're not doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
And when you're not doing what someone else is doing, they don't invite you places, you know? Like they don't bring you around. Like if you're not going to go smoke with someone, they're not going to ask you to hang out.
Yeah.
If you're not going to go eat fried chicken with them, they're not going to invite you to dinner, you
Yeah.
know? And that's what kind of happened to me. And I was like, oh, wow, like all these friendships I had, all these relationships were really just found like based in materialism
Yeah.
and based in consuming, you know?
Hmm.
Oh, thoughts on dried apricots and prunes. I love them. I eat them all the time, especially dried figs. I think the dried fruits are great, especially in a smoothie.
Do you just, because anytime I found dried fruits, I'm always looking on the pack to see if they were sun dried or not. Do you ever
Oh,
do that, or do you just assume that most of them have been sun dried, like it's just slow dried or whatever?
at home, I dry a lot of my own fruits, and I also like there's an organic store like near my house where everything is like really good and everything is sun dried. But and when I was traveling, I just ate it. I mean, what
Yeah,
am I gonna do? Like
it's
starve?
still fruit. Yeah.
Yeah. When I was traveling, I ate like 2 bags of dried figs a day, and that
Wow.
was so good because the calories, like it was and they're not messy. Like I love dried fruit because it's not like I could eat it on the train and not get all messy. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's
Yeah.
easy.
It's
Yeah.
one of the things I would say I've noticed about sometimes with packs of dates and stuff, and sometimes like sultana packs and stuff is they can have say like sunflower oil or even like glucose syrup adding into them and stuff. So I would always watch out for stuff like that. It's like these little hidden tricks where they pretend like it's raw, but then you look on the ingredients and it's
Yeah. And
so
it's like
not.
not. I think
But
that yeah.
it's funny that we'd be there like no knowing dried fruit when it's like to everyone else it's just like
Yeah.
these sweets and stuff like actual real sugar and we're there like dried fruits though like it's the
Yeah.
worst thing in the world or whatever.
Yeah. Like it's a Twix bar. Uh, Yeah, I think that that's true. It's important. Like, it's really good to check. I didn't even know that. I probably accidentally ate
It's
something. But
yeah, it is. I've only ever seen it really with the glucose syrup on dates, and you can tell because they're proper shiny, like, and you'd probably be able to
those
taste it, I
things
think.
with the bag. Yeah, yeah.
Possibly. But that's when you go to the main supermarkets, not when you go into like a little smaller grocery type shop.
Yeah, like the main supermarkets are just a little sketchy, I think, for quality. Like, and I worked in a restaurant too, so like, even if something's vegan on the restaurant menu, it's not
Oh,
really vegan unless you're at a vegan restaurant. Like, there's
well,
no, you
tell us the
know.
secrets. Do they
um,
accidentally put stuff in, or is it more just like say they'd have like the milk and cheese on the same counter as all the other stuff?
Just like everything touches each other, and like the chefs don't wash their knives in between
Oh
cutting
God.
things, So like the vegan couscous is cooked in the same pot that the short braced rib was just cooked in,
Wow.
and then so it's like I don't know. But I never touched any of the food
Yeah.
at the restaurant. None of it was organic, so I didn't. But it's just like yeah, people think they're being so healthy or plant-based ordering from a restaurant that's not plant-based, but it's really like if you really care about what's actually going to your body, you gotta like I think just go to an all vegan restaurant.
Yeah.
Like
On a spiritual level, that is important because obviously on a physical level, like eating some couscous, let's say if it had some kind of beef oil on like the tiniest bit, physically it's probably not going to affect you that much, but on a spiritual level, it really will. It's like we just absolutely need to have. That's what I was saying. Like eat just from like a vegan place only. Even vegetarian food can contaminate you on a spiritual level. So like it's really important to stay clean. And this is the real reason why I don't eat out. Is just literally because I don't know how they've cooked my food. I don't know if they've like been touching the phone and the hair in between things, and do they have animal products in their hair? Like what gel are they using? Anything like that. You just never really know.
yeah. And
Um,
even like are they stressed out while they're making the food?
Mm,
Like are they do they want to be at work? Like are they having a really bad day because their employees abusing them?
yeah,
Like all of that energy goes into the food.
yeah.
And that's why there's a really good vegan Hare Krishna restaurant where they make food from their garden where I live, and every time I eat that, I like feel so good after, like almost like I ate my own food. And
Wow.
even with Pete and Hannah at Simply Rajas, when I was like before, they put so much loving energy into their food, and then after I ate it, like even though it had some fats, like I would like feel like electrified. And I
Wow.
think you can transmute like energies, especially if you get poor quality produce, if you really lovingly wash the food and prepare it and make it, I think you can put positive, like put love and light into it, with
Yeah.
your hands and with your thoughts.
I've
But
also,
yeah,
sorry, I've also experienced like being able to amplify the light within the food using magic and like holy geometry and crystals and stuff. Even like metal plates. So obviously the different metals, they hold a strong charge. They charge things up from the ether, similar to how orgone devices work. So you can use that metal cutlery or metal plates, and you can basically like use holy geometry crystals, all sorts, and then amplify the light that's already in the food, so you get an extra,
Oh, that's
which
interesting.
is always fun. That's probably how that's the secret to my OMAD. It's just like I'll just amplify the salad by 9. I'm like, let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. I need to do that with my smoothie bowl. I like to omit on a smoothie bowl sometimes, like
Yeah.
because that's like a big one.
Yeah. But there
Yeah.
was actually there's a quite a good like a shop online in the UK. It's called rawliving.co.uk, and they had these really nice like raw wraps, but they were like little they were nori rolls, but they'd
Mhm.
rolled up some kind of like paste made out of like sunflower seeds and spices, and like it was like these, it was almost like fake mincemeat wrapped in these nori rolls. They were massive, like two of them. And they had a little sign on the packaging, a little P, and on the website it says P means like this product was made with love and we made it in our kitchen and we like bliss every single wrap before it goes out. And I was like, that's special, like that's something really
Yeah,
cool.
that's like something worth buying. That's
Yeah,
different, you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Like,
And they were so good. They were really, really tasty.
so that's like sunflower seed pate with nori roll is like that's like cream cheese sushi. Is what oh, that's so. I used to make like, remember the bites from my last book, the sunflower seed bites?
Yeah.
I used to make those, and then I would make a big nori wrap and put them inside like they were falafels, and that was like the best thing. Like, I think food like that is, it's like, and see how excited we get. Like that's because we've cleansed. Like I think most people would not really like understand how good that really is, but
Yeah.
that stuff is like when you've not eaten for 8 days or however many days, or you've just eaten fruits for so long, it's like
Yeah.
these types of foods are so pleasurable. Like the word literally is pleasurable. And it's like, I don't know, I think it's fun. And the farther I go into this journey, the less things like that even excite me, you
Yeah.
know? But it's like, I mean, last year, this time, I was raw and I was all into just all these foods and I was trying everything for the first time and it's so fun. That's the other thing that's nice is it's really fun to like learn how to cook in a totally different way, you know?
Yeah.
Like learn how to prepare food.
You don't
Like
need, with the
yeah.
spices, you only need like half the amount because the flavors are so strong when they're raw, like garlic and stuff.
That's so true. Yeah, I didn't even realize that. That's so
Mm.
true. And like you don't have to use oil either, which is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Because cooked oil is really not good for the body at all. Like that's a not even a food.
Amy's asking, how do you make walnut meat wraps? I've seen it so hard to do, she's saying.
Um, I think, well, you just, well, wait, wraps with walnut meat inside?
I'm assuming so.
Well, yeah, you just soak the walnuts and then food process them with some spices and tomatoes until they're nice and chopped, and then dehydrate that for a bit. Yeah, those
Yeah,
I hate walnut meat actually, which is, but I know my mom really likes it.
yeah, do you know, walnuts, almonds, and pecans have really surprised me at how like sausage like they can taste with when you have certain spices. It's actually crazy how much they can taste exactly like you're having like your old sausages and burgers and stuff.
It does. I don't like that flavor in
No.
general, but I know if you put cumin into the
Yeah.
walnut, it
Yeah.
makes it taste like that, like tacos. And
Yeah.
also, I think that adding like a cashew cheese on top makes it good too. Like
Yes.
with just like garlic and lemon and cashews.
Yeah,
If
you
you
can
like.
have cheese, guys. You can have fake
Yeah.
meat, like, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not even like the fake meat like you would imagine, say the processed fake vegan meat. It's literally just like blended up like nuts and tomatoes and like onions. It's just there like carrots. It's literally fruit and vegetables, and then you're like, wow, I'm so healthy.
Yeah. And you
You
get the
can eat,
flavors.
yeah, you
Because
can
the
eat like
flavor.
cake, sausages, burgers, and it's just like, and you're literally having your five a day at the same time.
Yeah. No, you can. It's so like you can make raw food as fun as you want. That's the thing. Like, we are talking about how we've really simplified our diet over time, but you don't have to. Like, you could make yourself, like, I would make tostadas with like coconut ceviche on top and just like everything delicious. And it's like, that's so important, I think, when you're transitioning to let go of food, is to enjoy these really immaculate raw gourmet meals. Because you've just let go of eating like maybe like a real tostada, you know? So like learning to love the raw tostada and to really appreciate it and to be like, wow, be excited over it the same way you would over something else. It's like, I think that's an important step in letting go too.
Yeah.
Like for me, it definitely was. Like now I'm just kind of getting to the point where it's like, okay, like that was really fun. What's next? You know? Like simplicity, I think, is key.
Could you share with us, first off, like where we can find your recipe books, and then secondly, like some of your favorite raw creators so people can go and find inspiration? Obviously, you as well. Your videos are inspiring, so
For sure. My recipe book is just in my bio for on my TikTok or my Instagram, and it's Gracie Lang Raw for either one. My favorite recipe creators, oh my gosh, I love vegan fruity flour. She's really good because she's really good for women who've gone through menopause. Like she shares a lot about getting the right amount of sprouts, greens, like raw plant proteins, and she looks amazing too. Like she's very fit. So I think she's a good example. Who else do I really love?
vegan fruity flour, is she TikTok or Instagram or what?
I know she's on Instagram. She's probably is on TikTok.
Yeah.
I don't know who else. She's my favorite.
Have you
Um,
ever seen that Sky?
which one?
The woman called Sky, and she's had like 6 organs removed.
Oh, I've done an interview with her. She's wonderful. Yeah, and her food is so good too. Sky Conway, who's Roar Sky, she's really good. Yeah, because she healed like she was chronically ill, and then she healed herself with raw foods, and she couldn't even get out of bed before. And now she makes like she just made this cabbage steak. It looks so good. Like,
Just like stir fries, and I'm like, don't do this to me, Sky.
no, no. But I would recommend buying the bundle, the raw vegan bundle next
Oh,
year.
yeah.
Yeah, for
Raw
anyone who,
Advantage.
yeah, oh, Raw Advantage. His plantain pancake recipe was like the one of the first things I made when I was going raw. Oh my God, they taste like diner pancakes. So if you're like going raw and you want like a really good diner pancake, I would go to Raw Advantage's site. Yeah, Raw Advantage, Roar Sky.
I've
Um,
got Andy in my comments has gone, I just went to follow Gracie, but I already do.
oh, that's so nice. Thank
I
you.
had as well. What was actually really interesting is I was speaking to someone. I went on like this. I've met someone recently, and she was telling me that we were talking about Raw, and she goes, I've just literally seen this interview of this woman, who like she's just had a baby, and she talks about doing Raw for like when she was pregnant and stuff. I'm like, that
Oh
was
yeah,
my friend's interview.
yeah, yeah. She was so well. She's glowing, Hannah, and their baby is pretty much raw.
Yeah.
And that baby is so happy and healthy. Like, you know, some babies cry.
Hmm.
Like, this baby is just like, like Garden of Eden. She's so happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like I'm really excited to do a raw pregnancy one day, far in the future.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be so beautiful. That's
Yeah.
so cool. Yeah,
Oh,
I
Raw
think,
Christina.
yes.
Have to give it to Raw Christina.
Oh yeah, she's like OG. She's an OG.
Yeah, Fully Raw Christina is her name on YouTube. She's got like over 1 million followers on there.
The whole app with recipes too.
Yeah.
My friend uses that. And Lou Corona, I don't think he's got an Instagram, or maybe he does, but I just know that I watch him on YouTube, like his interviews with Jillian Berry. Jillian Berry interviews so many good people, but Lou Corona, I go to his meetups. In person, he is literally like he's been raw for like 50 years,
Yeah.
and he's like glowing, and his eyes are like bright blue.
Yeah, I've seen him because his eyes are just like, I'm like, Jesus.
Real life, he's like even like his energy, you walk up to him and his energy is like some people have like a white aura coming off them, you know, like my mom does. She's one of those people too, but like something is going on with him. He's really amazing. And like Just being around him, I get so like excited to stay on the raw. So I would watch his interviews too. And he's really got a great diet going because I think he just does like mostly juices and then iron-rich salads, which is amazing, I think, for like mineral absorption, eating like
Because
that.
he's proper like stacked as well, isn't he? He does, but that's great that you can do that on Raw.
Yeah, I know. It is cool. It's like, yeah, I know. And there's all these like, my mom and I just did a video duetting like our friend Jack Whalen. He made a video about like, did you see like all the buff fruitarian guys? Like, yeah, it's just
And
good
he,
to know. Like
yeah,
seeing that, like, and there's, oh my God, there's another account that's great. I wish I knew the name. He is like, eats like super healthy, clean, like raw, and looks amazing and super high vibe, happy energy. I wish I knew his name.
there's
It,
that
like,
guy. There's
he,
like Raw Paul or something, and he does like massive salads like live on TikTok.
oh, Paul's Law.
I think so.
Yeah, he's so funny too, and he always has a salad.
Yeah.
Have you heard his song? It's so good.
No, but have you heard Maccabee's songs?
Yes, yeah, I love Maccabee's songs.
So good.
So cute. Those are so good.
Hey everyone, I'm just trying to type some of the names into the chat so everyone can spell them properly. Yeah, there's actually so many. There's loads of people that seem to live near you that are raw. Is it quite a small community, do you think?
I don't think there's very many people, but for some reason they're all around me.
Yeah.
Um, like, yeah, there's, well, when I go to the meetups, like that Lucrona has, there's like 8 people there and like
Yeah,
3 of us in Raw. So it is a small community, even though it seems like a lot.
yeah.
Um, oh, I'm drinking strawberry watermelon juice that I just made.
Ooh.
It's super good. Um, and yeah, I think there's more meetups in LA. I live in like San Diego.
Mhm.
So the only other raw person that I know here is my mom.
Yeah. Wait, well, let's put your mums in as well. Ali's here.
Yeah. Ollie is herbals.
Yeah.
My mom is raw too. Well, she's not raw too. She's like the original. She's who turned me raw. She made this.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm trying to think of who else. Who else has good recipes? That's a good one. Oh yeah, there's this girl who has really, really good recipes on Instagram named Raw Sheens. And
Okay.
she's like Middle Eastern, so she shares like a lot of hummus recipes and a lot of like No, her food looks really good. I haven't tried it. Oh, in
Can
Orange
you just
County.
spell the second half of that name, raw what?
It's raw and then Sheens. Oh
Okay.
yeah, Chef Yin. Hey Cole.
Chef Yin. I've not seen Chef Yin.
Chef Yin, she's I think that the stir fry you were talking about was Chef Yin's recipe that Roar Sky was making. I'm pretty because Chef Yin has really good like Chinese food.
There's someone else now. It's like Melissa or Melinda or something,
Oh
and she's
yeah.
like,
What's her name? Melissa Maris, right? And she has the wraps.
yeah,
Raw.
and she does like, I've seen like a proper like spaghettis and meatballs and stuff, like proper pasta.
Wow. It looks so good.
It's all the stuff I would never make myself because I just
Yeah.
can't. I
That's
like to
what
just watch the videos and just like pretend.
I like about this raw food though is you can make something like and it takes like 3 days to make something.
Yeah,
So you can just do a fruit fast for those 3 days leading up to it.
yeah,
And
I
then
really
you can,
appreciate it.
yeah, that's what I like to do. Like while I'm waiting for my sprouts to grow, you know, it's cool to do it that way. I think that
Yeah,
I like to feel the lightness and to
yeah,
feel the love, and if you eat too much, like it's hard to feel it.
yeah. Sometimes I sometimes I can be eating food and it just tastes slightly similar to like something I used to love or something I really want, so I can pretend that it's
Yeah.
that. And then when I make the salad, I can be like, this tastes so much like a burger
I
right now.
know.
Like,
Sometimes I eat oranges and I think they taste like chocolate. Which is I'm like, But that's an extreme example. But I know salads can the Simply Rajas, their food tasted like so good. Like it tasted like curry, and they had this raw pizza, and it was like the crust was like this thick, and it was just like it tasted like real pizza crust, like Chicago deep dish. Like it was
Enzyme,
shocking.
and that Enzyme 33 on Instagram has done some deep dish Chicago pizzas, and the cheese,
Crazy.
it's just like looks so good. He's even done a thing like buffalo wings, and
We're just
he's done like barbecue ribs and stuff.
weird. How is that? It's like I just wonder, like, is it a psyllium husk? I
I
wonder
think
what's in it. I
I,
just like
yeah, yeah. I think this it's one of those where it helps you transition at first,
I
and
agree.
then if you was to eat it all the time, I think that it could potentially clog you up a bit, the psyllium
Well, I've
husk.
done that. And it does. Like it does like when you eat that way, like really good food all the time,
Yeah.
like high fat, like coconut yogurt for lunch, and then like pizza and chips and crackers for dinner, like I definitely felt it, and I didn't even realize how much I felt it until I stopped.
Mm,
But I was doing that for months straight. And like I think that raw gourmet is better if it's just like you only eat that once a day or maybe once every 2 or 3 days, because a lot of the recipes are really high fat.
this
Um,
is if you relax, because with me being say a fussy eater before I went raw, I if I was like say doing raw till 4, yeah, I wouldn't stick to it because if I've got the option to eat the junk food or the cooked food, it's like I'd rather just turn to that. I didn't have that discipline. I just needed to go all out or nothing.
that's so yeah.
Yeah, so if I was even if I was doing the gourmet, I would want always gourmet. So I'd
Oh,
struggle to just let it go again. I always needed to just fully just jump into the simple, let it all go, and then dip
yeah.
into it rather than it being something that I keep wanting to go to every time.
I totally like that's I was like that for a while. I was in because I have like I don't know if you like astrology, but I have my Mars in Taurus. And
Yeah.
so I have a really strong Taurus influence, so I love to eat, like I really do. So I agree, like letting go of food in general, like is way healthier for me. And
Yeah.
then learning how to like enjoy sometimes but not go overboard. But it's yeah, it's hard because the raw gourmet food is really, really good. Like it tastes so good and
Yeah.
it's so high fat. And there's nothing wrong with healthy fats, but in like we are not supposed to be eating that many nuts at once. Like if you think about my really good friend Nicola, she's the fruitful coach on Instagram. I'll type it in.
Yeah.
She's really cool. The fruitful coach. She like was explaining to me because she has diabetes and she manages it by eating like high carb, high fruit.
Hmm.
And she was like, if you go out in nature, think about finding like a tree of macadamia nuts. You'd be
Yeah.
so happy and you'd be like, yes, so much energy. But then it would take you 30 minutes to eat like 10 of them because you have
Yeah.
to open them and find a rock and you can't even open them with just your hands.
Yeah.
So how many of those are we really supposed to be eating, you know? And I notice after I eat fats, like I get like tired.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a place for it. For
Hmm.
omega. Oh yeah, people love doing omega-3 raw. I think Sky does that. Um, I think chia seeds are really big in that diet.
Hemp seeds,
Seeds, yeah.
I think, have omega 3 and 6 in. The
Yeah.
good news is there's something for everything. So like all the nutrients you could need, just search. What I do is search online like vitamin K, like raw
Yeah.
vegan, or just like fruit
Yeah.
and vegetables vitamin K, and then it'll just tell you pumpkin
Yeah.
seeds, Naomi's saying. So like yeah,
Seeds,
um
flax.
yeah. So
All of that.
it's quite simple once you know. It's almost like you don't think about just searching it, or you don't think about just searching your favorite meal, but then typing raw vegan at the end of it. But it's like it sounds so obvious, but you almost need someone to introduce you on, hey, this is how you do it really well. Just literally search on Google, you'll find it, or you'll figure it all out. Try some stuff, see what tastes good.
That's
It
what,
gives you
yeah.
that confidence then.
Yeah. It's so important to just do your own research too, instead of basing yourself off one person.
Hmm.
Like, I think watching a lot of different like YouTube videos, like I used to love to watch Julian Barry's YouTube videos when I was first going raw, because you get so many different perspectives, like so many different raw people, and you see fruitarian people, and then you see people who do high omega-3, people who do lots of sprouting. And I think what works for you will be a mix or
Yeah.
whatever, you know what I mean? Like for
Yeah.
me, it was definitely a mix. Like I love sprouting, but I'm less into nuts and seeds now.
Mhm.
Um, I love sprouted garbanzos. They're,
Garbanzos, they're called chickpeas here.
they what? Oh yeah,
They-
chickpeas. I think. Yeah. I don't know.
But
Yeah.
there was another guy who was like coaching Raw Christina. He got her onto like the fast. You know what he was called?
Oh, coaching Christina? Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, I
like
don't.
when she basically was had like some kind of something like an autoimmune disease or something going on where she was like she had some kind of an illness or disease and she was really struggling with it and then she ended up meeting him in like a health food shop like in the queue and he was telling her like you need to just go and do a juice fast for this amount of time like you need to get on the raw food, it's going to completely heal you. And then after that he kind of like coached her into it. She did probably like maybe like months on just juices or whatever, but healed herself. And then she's obviously been raw for like 25 years now or something. But he always says like about doing a liquid fast, basically just not eating any solids for
Uh, it's so
months.
important. Like to give your gut a reset. My best friend, she did 137 days on juice.
Wow.
Yeah, like it was so, and she like said that it was the biggest way that she detoxed not only like her physical because she had really bad acne flare-ups like before, like her whole face would be covered in like bumps and she'd get flare-ups on the cleanse, but since then she's never had acne
Yeah.
like once.
Yes.
But she also said it was the biggest detox for her trauma.
Wow.
Like that's like the main way she could heal herself. 137 days. It's like wow. I know.
Cole saying, was it Mike Rose? I think it probably was because that name like really rings a bell. With with I'm pretty sure that like we can store emotions in the vessel as in fats, like as toxins or something. So when you start to detox, that it unlocks this trapped energy of these emotions we've had stored for years. It's even just a physical thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is physical. Like because our reality is so like it's a mirror of our body. Like in I know I keep saying this, but like our colon, and then the more things like fats and like poop that's stuck in our colon, the more trauma is stuck inside of us from our old life, like from who we used to be, from what we used to eat. And it's not even just like, it's not coincidence, you know what I mean? Like we feel all these traumas, we feel all this negativity because it's in there. And then once you
Yeah.
cleanse it out, like you feel like a different person. And you
Hmm.
can become like, there's a way to like be born again basically, and I wish everyone knew this who is struggling. Like I wish everyone who's feeling stuck or trapped or like overweight would just know like you could just do a juice fast and
Yeah.
it would help you so much. Like fasting for me was like the main way that I sort of got in touch with my childlike energy again because I was having like I had like a rough few years as a teenager.
Mhm.
And I don't know, like I just was able to tap into my femininity from fasting and raw foods, like in a way that I never had before. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like it's been so beautiful. I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful I have the space to do it here in the mountains, like with my mom, you know?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm really grateful as well. I'm grateful that I didn't have like a health crisis before I went raw because a lot of people they'll get to a point where they get actually unwell and then they have to try and heal themselves. But I almost feel really grateful that I was able to actually find raw and have the discipline to try it and go on it before needing to actually heal something.
Yeah, same. Like it's I can't imagine like letting because I already feel like I had to purge so much out of my body. Like imagine if I'd let like 20 more years of toxins build up in my body. I think the earlier you start, the like easier it is to get on. Like with
Mhm.
anything, like the like learning the language when you're younger is easier, you know? And
And
mhm.
wouldn't you say that like fruit and even like a nice big fat salad, it feels so clean where even like your mind feels clean. It's like your
Yeah.
energy feels clean. You have this clarity, and I feel like it really does break some spells that people are under when they're eating crap or animal products or junk food. And
Yeah.
especially as a spiritual teacher or someone who's trying to like be a good energy and a good light in this plane, it's like those who haven't seen or actually experienced and walked the importance of your health when you're trying to teach like about spirituality as well. I feel like we almost need to see more of it, to be honest, especially from those that are spiritual, because I see quite a few who are just eating crap still, or they're still eating animal products, or they're still drinking alcohol, and then they'll say that we're judgmental
Yeah.
for the way that they're being. But I'm like, well, your channel isn't clear enough to like even understand that within yourself. It's not true self-love. So why, how could we possibly be learning from you when you've not mastered that yet?
That's how I felt when I would go to yoga classes.
Mm,
Like, and then I'd see all the yoga teachers like drinking energy drinks and like eating like chicken sandwiches after yoga. I was like, I'm not even gonna come anymore. Like, it's like, how can you be passing your energy to me as a spiritual teacher? I agree, when your energy is not clean at all.
yeah,
Like, and you wouldn't know unless you've tried raw how it feels even.
yeah. And it's, I always say it's not, it's, you, I'm not judging anyone, but I do think that you could do better.
Yeah. It's
So
so
it's, yeah, it's not necessarily, it's not a reflection of them, but it is kind of a reflection on the awakening that still needs to be done, I feel.
yeah. And it's like but I think people are getting better. Like a lot more people are waking up to this, even like me. Like I just only started this like in 2023, 2024.
Yeah.
And
It's
that's
so fun to be on it, by the way. It's
like I
really cool.
it's been so fast. It's accelerated my life a
Yeah.
lot. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like but yeah, I just think it's really like I don't know, it's a different you experience a totally different life when you're raw.
Hmm.
Like it's like a different life and it's like source energy constantly flowing through you.
Yeah.
Do you follow Dr. Sebi? I don't follow the alkaline list. I did for a while actually, but I don't notice any difference versus when I do and when I don't. Raw foods and fruits, like they maintain an alkaline environment in the body, even if it's an acidic fruit. Like a pineapple is still going to make your body more alkaline than raw buffalo milk, which is technically on the alkaline list.
Right.
So
Why would he have animal products on the alkaline?
he has them on there. I know that people are always saying raw buffalo milk is alkaline though.
Right.
Have you heard that?
I've
Like,
heard not necessarily alkaline, but I have heard people because I don't base it off this, but I do teach about the Gospel of Essenes. There's
oh
like
yeah.
a section in there where Jesus was teaching the Essenes to be fully raw, but
Mhm.
some people have taken it and added in that he said you can drink raw cow's milk, which isn't what the true teachings were.
Everyone goes against the
Um,
dogma of the whole text. Like,
yeah,
to be
yeah,
vegan.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like I have seen people trying to use things like that to say, oh, spiritually you're allowed raw cow's milk if it's raw, but it's just like it's forget. It's just like even if it wasn't about us gaining our light and building our light and being alkaline, the fact that the cow has had to have a baby and it taken away for the milk, that is
Yeah.
enough. Like the fact we're exploiting a female's reproductive system and trying to drink another animal's milk, like that draws the line full stop before we even go into all of the other reasons as
Yeah.
well.
And then taking her energy and taking that suffering energy of her baby being taken away. Like, that's so heavy. And that's
Yeah.
why also I would never want to touch an animal product because it's so heavy. And it's also like, how did it really get to you?
Yeah.
Like, how did it come to be on your plate? Like, think about the process. Whereas when you
Yeah.
pick a fruit off of a tree, you know exactly how it came to be on your plate or in
Hmm.
your hand.
Yeah.
Like, and
I
it, yeah.
Where I live,
Mhm.
I live quite far away from the shops, so sometimes I need to do like a food shop and they'll deliver it to us. And one time they'd spilt milk on our like salads,
No
and
way.
just I actually even felt the energy just from like him to handing over the salads. I felt the energy of the milk on it. it is low, like it is sad. Like people say, in the UK, people will use as a negative term. They'll say, "Oh, she's a sad cow," to say that like someone's like just a bit as a negative term for someone. She's a sad cow, but
Yeah,
it's
like it's
like it's that's not fair on the cows for a start, but also like it's you can understand where these terms come from when you think about the life cycle that those animals have experienced, and then people are drinking that milk and they're giving their children that milk, and it's just like it's almost when you really wake up from it, it's quite shocking the way that we have been living in the past.
yeah, I know. It's unconscious. It's like truly, it's true ignorance is how I think about it. Like
Mm,
we don't know, or even if you do know, you think, oh, it's normal, so it doesn't
yeah.
matter. Like everyone does this, or
Hmm.
and then you think, and then you like read about what hormones are in the cow's milk too, like what they're putting in there.
Yeah.
Um, and you think about how most of it is pus because they're really diseased.
Yeah.
And
When I, to be
yeah.
fair, before I ever started waking up,
Mhm.
I kept toying with going veggie because when I was like maybe 18, my mum brought me onto like an Anthony Robbins seminar.
Oh
So
yeah.
in the seminar he teaches about going vegan, and he also shows videos of like the chicks getting their beaks chopped off and
Oh
stuff. And I remember at the time, like I walked out. They played it for like 5 minutes. I walked out because I couldn't finish watching it because it was just so horrible to watch. And I remember thinking after that, I'm gonna go veggie. Like I can't possibly eat any meat. 5 minutes later, I went and bought like a pepperoni pizza. So like I didn't care that much. It was like the ignorance. I didn't want to face it. And then
yeah.
10 years went, and I was still eating meat, and I
Mhm.
knew, but I never actually did anything about it. I never really looked at it that much until I started waking up, and then that was the pulling the wool off my eyes to go, actually, I know, and I need to do something about it. It's aligning your actions with your morals, and it took me so long to do that. So I can't ever judge anyone for being in that way. But once you do know better, you do need to do better, don't you?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's like the spiritual awakening kind of is like, um, yeah, because you can know, like you can totally know about how wrong it is and then not do anything if you don't care. Like if your heart is closed.
Yeah.
And um like I didn't even go vegan for the animals in the beginning. I didn't know, first of all. And even going vegan, I didn't know. But the reason that I actually even started my spiritual journey is because I read this book. I was having a really bad day in my bedroom, and so I read The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale.
Yeah.
And my mom had bought it for me like 2 years before because she was hoping one day I would read it. And that book basically told you, like, you are not out of control.
Hmm.
Like, your life is not happening to you at all. Like, you are creating your reality with every thought you think. And that also, I know better but can't do better. The advice I would have would be to start changing your thoughts first, and then see how that changes your actions.
Hmm. I would
Be-
say as well, 1,000% with that. And sometimes it can be spells and energies and negative entities that have been feeding off our energy and our low vibration. So even when we want to do better, we can have other people around us trying to hold us down, or just these energies and these attachments trying to hold us down. So what I personally found is the more you can try and clean your energy, ground yourself, clean your vessel, like wear spiritual protection in any ways that you can, the more you'll start to shift your vibration and be able to get rid of these things that have been on your back, like get rid of these monkeys or whatever that have been holding
Yeah,
you down.
exactly. And it all
Yeah,
starts within. Like the more
yeah,
you change, like just even thinking like, oh, I could do this. Like just the little seed of, oh, maybe I could have a happy life. Oh,
yeah.
maybe I could pull myself out of my depression. And then just starting to affirm, yeah, I can. I can. Then more doors open. Like
Hmm.
more thought pathways open, and it's really all like in your mind, like, oh, I can go vegan.
Camp Adventures as well has shared something really good, which is start with a heavy metal cleanse, parasite cleanse, and colon cleanse. So sometimes it can just be parasites in us that's craving the junk food, and then again it's really difficult to fight them when they are literally releasing hormones and chemicals within that making you want these things.
That's why fasting is so, especially juice fasting, all
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it's really important.
With the fasting, we were talking about when you fast for over 3 days, you get into ketosis. When that happens, it allows you to reset your internal chemistry. So then you're not kind of relying on the chemicals that we were getting from the junk food. It's easier for you to then actually address the issue without having these withdrawals from the food and the substances. And obviously, fasting is one of the best ways to get rid of those withdrawals. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, autophagy, definitely. Yeah, parasites do control our conscious thinking. That's so true.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Bianca, love you so much. Bianca's awesome, guys. She's just literally manifested the most amazing house ever. And she does cymotones, which is like basically frequency tones for healing and for improving your life. So I'm sure you guys all know Bianca. If you haven't seen her though, check her out because she's awesome. So this has been so fun. We should definitely do it again.
For sure.
Um,
Now I'm
yeah.
getting tired.
Yeah, I'm also building up my engagement again because I used to post like 3 times a day, so I built up quite a following, and then just like kind of gave up half a year ago, and then it's just I've struggled with getting the engagement and stuff since. So I want to have more guests on, but I want it to be worth their time. So like the more I'm gonna go live more to help get a bit more of support when we go live and things. So next time as well.
Yeah,
Hopefully we'll be able to promote it a bit more and stuff. But I really appreciate you being on. It's so fun. Bianca, 1000%, let's do that. I'll message you after. So yeah, do you want to share anything, Gracie, before we finish?
um, I just want to say thank you for having me on and thank you for being so wonderful because I really don't like to do lives and stuff that much or like interviews because it's like kind of awkward. But with you, it's just like talking to a friend and it's so fun. Like you get it and it's the
Yeah.
best. And thank you to everyone. So awesome for asking all these questions and being so cool and nice. And I'm just so, I had a really good time. So thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much, everyone. Sending you so many blessings and light. Have the best rate ever, and we'll see you on the next one, whenever that is, when the universe divinely plans.
Yes. Thank you
Thanks so
so
much,
much.
Gracie. See you guys. Bye.
Bye.